Hey everyone, my name is Tyler at Universal Rackets, and in this video we are going to give you tips and tricks for you to double the amount of topspin that you can hit on your forehand and your backhand. If you can play with spin, you can get the ball in. The more topspin you play, the more consistent and the more points you are going to win. So let's get started. So the number one tip with topspin is you need to think how to create topspin. That's the first thing that I want you to do. Regardless of your level, I want you to think, how in the world is topspin actually created? And it is very, very simple. What is it? It's when you are brushing up the back of the ball. I want you to think 12 o'clock's up here, 6 o'clock's from down here. When you hit topspin, you have to go from 6 to 12. You have to go from low to high. You have to go from low to high, south to north. You need to swing up. So the more up you swing on the ball, the more topspin you will get. Once again, the more you swing up on the ball, the more topspin you're going to get. The more up you swing, the more you'll grip the back of the ball and it will go in. So number one, you need to think that you're swinging up, that you're swinging from 6 to 12. The next thing that you have to do, and this is a great tip that works for every single person, I don't know why, but try it. I want you to think that you're getting the outside of the ball. A great tip that my old coach used to tell me is when I hit, I don't want to hit here, I want to hit on the right side of the ball if I'm a right-handed player, and the left side of the ball if I'm a left-handed player. I want to think that I'm brushing the outside of the ball. Now, why does this work? Because if you're thinking about just hitting through the ball, you're going to be coming on top of the ball. And again, how do we hit topspin? You brush the back of the ball. So if you can think that you're hitting the outside of the ball, right hand for a forehand, right? Or right side for the forehand, you're going to be able to get less of the ball and hit that topspin. The next thing, acceleration equals what? Rotation, and then that equals topspin. The more you accelerate, the more you let your racket work for you instead of work for the racket, the so much better it's going to be. You need to brush, you need to accelerate. The more you let that racket go, the better it's going to be. Players, they try to think what? Oh, well, I need to keep the ball in, so what do? They slow down their swing. And it's actually counterintuitive because when you slow down your swing, you're not going to be able to get that much action on the ball and you're not going to be able to generate that much spin. If you really want to be consistent, instead of just slowing your racket down to get topspin, you're going to accelerate. You're going to swing so fast for your forehand and your backhand that what? You're going to swing so fast that you can hear the wind against the frame of your racket. You need to commit, you need to swing fast, you can't swing slow. It's not going to go. You need to accelerate to get topspin. Topspin equals acceleration, except how do we keep the ball in when we swing super fast? Again, you're getting on the back of the ball. That's why I said that was the first step rather than just swinging through the ball. Now, for our backhand, okay, for the one-handed backhand, again, you want to think that you're swinging up low to high. But then the second thing, if you're a two-handed backhander, your top hand does all the work. I'm a right-handed player, so the left hand does the talking, which is my top hand. The right hand does the walking. If I want to create topspin on my two-handed backhand, all I'm going to do is exaggerate the use of my top hand. When I swing, my bottom hand's just along for the ride. The topspin is doing all of the work. By using my top hand, that's going to allow me to, again, brush the back of the ball, and that's going to be great. A great way to make sure that you're utilizing the proper motion is that you're going to do a wave, and then all you're going to do is you're going to tilt it to the side. This is the type of motion that you want topspin to do. Too many players where they go wrong is that they turn the wrist side to side. I need to brush, I need to wave on the back of the ball, okay? So I can do a wave, sideways wave, here we are, I'm brushing the back of the ball. Same thing for the backhand. I'm brushing the back of the ball. I'm not just turning my wrist or just going straight up. So if you can think that you're doing a sideways wave, that's an even better tip for topspin. When you hit this topspin, you can hear the different type of the ball because you're getting on the back of the ball for your forehand and your backhand. It's not going to sound like a pop. It's going to sound like a ch. So every single time, if you want to hit more topspin, I want you to listen to the sound that your ball makes while it's coming off your racket strings. I want you to, once again, make sure that you can hear the sound of the strings gripping the ball. You want to hear those strings do the work. You don't want to hear a pop, because if you hear a pop, that means you're coming through the ball. Again, you need to hear it, so you're brushing the back of the ball. Now, we worked on what? Exaggerating, swinging low to high. We worked on getting the outside of the ball, committing, getting racket speed, really work on brushing sideways wave. And now the last tip that I'm going to give every single one of you for topspin is what? The more you tilt your racket down, the more spin you are going to get. If you automatically want to get 5-10% more topspin on your shots, all you're going to do is tilt your racket a little bit downward. The more you tilt your racket downward, that means the more that you're going to be getting the back of the ball. Same thing for the backhand. The more I tilt my racket strings downward, that means the more I'm going to be brushing the ball instead of going through the ball. So if you can tilt your strings down a little bit more than you typically do, that'll give you topspin as well. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, the #1 way to get topspin is to what? To swing low to high, but then also to commit. If you are not committing, you're not going to be able to hit that topspin that you want on your shots. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with a friend. My goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys next time on court.